What's going on, everybody? It's Friday, March 6th, day before the UFC 248 in Las Vegas with the main event of Yoel Romero against the champ, Israel Adesanya. I already talked about that earlier in the week and gave my prediction on that. If you didn't watch that video, go back and look at that because I'm not going to talk much about the main event. I'm going to just jump right into this card. If you haven't seen the weigh-in results, everybody made weight. I was a little worried about Yoel, but he made the weight. So all the fights are on. Both title fights are official title fights. Nobody missed weight at all. So let's talk first about actually the last fight on the preliminary card, which is with Sugar Sean O'Malley. It's been about 2 years since he's fought in the UFC because he failed a few drug tests. So he's fighting now officially tomorrow on it's the preliminary card. It's the last fight on that. So I thought he would have been on the main card, but oh well. I think Sean, let's see what the odds are on that fight. I think he's a heavy favorite just because he's facing a guy I've never really heard of. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he's a minus 350. So I do think Sean will win, but at the same time, I'm not willing to put that much money out there for a guy who hasn't fought in 2 years. I think he's going to win. He's actually a minus 360. The guy he's fighting, Jose Quinones, is a plus 280. So I don't know. I haven't really heard of this Jose guy much at all, if I'm being honest. O'Malley is 10-0, and this guy's 8-3. He's from Mexico, 5'8", 135. Sean has the reach advantage. And how old is this guy? Doesn't say the age. Yeah, I think O'Malley gets this one done. I wouldn't put much money on it, though, because I'm minus 360 in a fight with a guy that hasn't been in there for 2 years. I know he's been competing and training and doing all that, but still, I would say take it if it was like under a 200, maybe a minus 190. I would say, yeah, take that, but I don't love the odds on that one. So let's go right now into the main card. The first fight of the main card is Alex Oliveira versus Max Griffin in the welterweight bout. Both guys made weight at 170. The odds for this fight are Alex Oliveira is a minus 145, so he's the favorite facing Max Griffin, plus 115. Griffin's 15-6. Oliveira's 19-7. Oliveira's from Brazil. Griffin's from the U.S. It looks like the reach is about the same, and they both have a decent amount of knockouts and subs. One thing I found interesting about this fight is they both have a similar opponent in Mike Perry. Griffin beat Perry, and Oliveira actually lost to him. So both of these guys like to stand up, and I think this fight's going to go to the decision. I don't think anyone's going to get knocked out. I think Griffin is going to win this in decision. I actually like the odds on this. So for the first fight, I would take Griffin. Odds that I'm getting right now are a plus 115. I like that a lot. So on to the second fight in the main card. You got Neil Magny versus Li Jing Lang. Looks like Magny is currently, I feel like he hasn't fought in a while. He's 21-8, and Lee is 16-5. So I don't know. I haven't seen Lee fight too much. I know he had. Let's look at his record or who he's fought. Li Jing. I've really never seen this guy. Okay, here he is. Neil Magny's been around for a long time, though. And I know he beat Kelvin Gastelum. So he's got a few decent wins under his belt. I don't know who I'm going to take in this one. I might not touch it. Magny is let me see the odds again, a plus 145. Let's look at who he's fought. The only main win that he has that I can think of is against Kelvin Gastelum, who just fought for a title. So that's a pretty good win, to be honest. I know he's lost his last few, though, so we'll see. I don't know. He lost to Santiago Ponzinibbio. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that fight. He got knocked out with an eye poke. So he's 2-2 in his last, or 3-3 in his last 6. So it's not bad. He beat Johnny Hendricks in 2016. He hasn't fought in 2 years, though. Neil Magny. Interesting. A lot of people talk about ring rust. I don't really think it's real. I think sometimes it's good for these fighters to get out of the cage and not take so much brain damage, to kind of reset, learn skills, get stronger. I'm going to go with Magny on this with the plus 145. So far we got 2 underdogs in the main card. Kind of like it. Usually I feel like I always end up picking favorites, but so far we got 2 underdogs. So let's go on to the third fight. Beneil Dariush in the lightweight division facing Dakar Close. I haven't seen this guy fight much, but I'm pretty sure he's from the U.S. I think he's undefeated. Let's look at his record real quick. He has 1 loss. He's 11-1. He lost in the UFC in 2017 by decision, so he's never been knocked out. He's got 4 knockout wins and 7 decisions. What are the odds on this one? So Dakar Close is a plus 140, and Beneil Dariush is a minus 170. Dariush, I don't know. He's been around for a long time. He's from Iran. He's 16-4-1. He's gonna have the reach advantage in this fight. He has more experience. But that's not always a factor in this. So let's look at who he's fought the last few fights. Beneil Dariush from Iran. Okay. I don't know why I searched his name and Dylan Dennis came up. Okay, here we go. He's won his last 3, Dariush has. He's 30 years old, 5'10", fights from California at King's MMA. Okay, pretty good camp. He got knocked out by Alex Hernandez and Edson Barbosa in 2017, and then by Hernandez in 2018. And then he got subbed by Michael Chiesa. So all these fighters he's lost to are good fighters. Submitted Drew Dober, Frank Camacho he submitted. Okay, this guy must be pretty legit. Beneil Dariush. I'm going to go Beneil Dariush win by way of decision. Now, it's a minus 170, so it's not great odds, but I think he gets it done. On to the next fight, Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I hope I said that right. So I've seen both of these girls, or women, I should say, fight multiple times. They're fighting for the women's strawweight title. And the odds are a minus 220 for Zhang and a plus 180 for Joanna. So right off the bat, I love that Joanna is an underdog in this. Being the fact that she's won titles before and she's been in big fights. I've seen a bunch of her vlogs leading up to this, and I think she seems like she's in a great mental space. I don't know if Zhang I don't know if she seems as she's in such a great mental space as Joanna. I don't know. There's rumors about her camp not fully making it over. Not all of her coaches could come, so I don't know. Sometimes that can affect you in a fight if not everything's clicking. You know, you have a couple coaches not show up, things don't go the right way. This one just feels weird. I think Joanna reclaims the belt, and she's getting good value at a plus 180. So maybe parlay Joanna and Dariush, and that's a decent par. If you really like Dariush to win, I think you maybe par with Joanna, or you par with Magny, or even Max Griffin. So those are my 4 picks so far. for the UFC main card. I guess 5 picks because I gave you guys Sugar Sean O'Malley. So if you watch the prelims, the last fight, Sean will be on that. I think he'll win by knockout. This guy he's facing, I saw some footage. He can't really fight going backwards, and Sean is a pressure fighter. So I think that's going to be a knockout. So not great odds, but if you're a fan of the Sugar Show, maybe you get in on that. So that's it, guys. That's all my picks so far for the main card, and then the main event of the preliminary round. It's Friday, so you never know what could happen the day before the fight, but I think everything's going to go as planned. I'm going to try to make a live video for you guys during it. If not, I'll make a reaction video talking about the whole card, breaking down each fight, and talking about what's next for the middleweight division. Because if Yoel Romero wins this, it's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen, because he's 43 years old. He's pretty much done everything in the sport, but I heard recently in an interview from him that he quote unquote said he's trying to keep fighting longer than Bernard Hopkins did. And Bernard Hopkins was fighting until he was like 52. So Yoel said he wants to go past that, and he'll be content with his career. So another 10 years of Yoel Romero would be pretty crazy. But who knows? He could lose. Israel is is the best up-and-coming star right now in the UFC. He's never been beat, and he's got the reach advantage in this fight, and I think Yoel's going to try to keep it standing up for the most part, so we'll see. If you guys didn't watch that video and want to know who I picked in that, go back, watch that. I go over that. I give you guys my pick. But yeah, thanks for tuning into this video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be back, like I said, making a reaction video on the whole card, and then I'll also speak on the Khabib-Tony fight coming up soon. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.